You see this? There's a lot of these around here, and some people see them as a threat to health, even a threat to life. But is that true? And do they actually bring anything to the environment? Let's go take a look and see why they could be a positive influence, why birds don't die when they land on them, and why I see them as a blessing. So this is one that's close by. Probably what's not going to come out, it's pretty windy today, is there's a ton of birds up there. You probably can't hear them or even see them because they're so high up. But these things are actually quite a good habitat for birds, particularly in the early morning and the early evening. They will congregate on these things, and quite often you'll see hundreds and hundreds of birds on these things. There's some dubiety about whether there's a health risk from the so-called radiation that comes off these things. Nothing's been proven. You can see studies that say yes, there is a risk, studies that say no, there's not. You know, maybe the government has buried that the same way that many people feel they should bury these actual power lines rather than have them exposed like this. But one thing that is certain is that placing these around residential areas, while some people don't like it, does actually create space. I wouldn't be living in the house that I'm living in right now if it weren't for this one. This was the last house, the house we moved into many years ago now, and we bought it brand new. It was the last one on the whole development. Nobody wanted it because it was so close to these pylons. We'd just had our first child, Holly, and we wanted a place where we could build and grow our family, you know, and we could be happy and have things close to us that we could do. And this pylon made all of that possible. If it didn't exist, the house would have been sold, other people would have bought it, and we would be living somewhere else, and our whole future existence and fate would have changed completely. So why don't birds get electrocuted on these things? Well, basically, they're just standing on the wires. If they had 1 foot on the wire and 1 foot on the ground, there'd be a circuit to the ground and they'd get electrocuted. I'm not clever, I didn't know that, I googled it. Okay, now I'm gonna walk home to my home that would not exist and I would not live in if it weren't for this pylon.